attack speed nerf for everyone. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server featuring item adjustments and attack speed nerf. First are the item changes. Concentrated energy will now benefit skills and basic attack heroes. Instead of giving spell vamp, it will now grant hybrid lifesteal. It means you get 20% lifesteal and spell vamp at the same time. To balance, they had to lower its HP stats to 400. It's now a good item for heroes like Silvanna, Guinevere, and Harry. Next is Oracle, where it now grants hybrid defense. From 42 magic defense, it now gives 25 physical and 25 magic defense. And the build path is changed, where you need 2 heroes ring. It will provide fighters more ways to increase their sustain, now that it's more versatile in terms of defense. Next item is Radiant Armor, where they changed its build path. You now need Silence Robe before you can make Radiant Armor. I like it this way because you can use Silence Robe in the early game. Next is the improved move and attack control experience. It's now smoother to move while attacking without losing your DPS. It will greatly benefit heroes that are based on basic attack damage, especially the ranged ones. In line with these changes, they are reducing the attack speed of all heroes by 10%, except for the following one because they do not benefit from the improvements. They are Irrital, Brody, Himi, 1-1, and Leomord. They can already attack while moving, that's why they are not included. As for everyone else, they get minus 10% attack speed, including Terisla.
My head hurts.
But that's not all, because all attack speed items are also nerfed. On official server, Windtalker gives 40% attack speed. But if we take a look at the one on advanced server, it only gives 35% attack speed. And this applies to all items. That's minus 5% attack speed. Here is Corrosion Sight with only 30% attack speed. And this is Golden Staff with only 10% attack speed. For some reason, Feather of Heaven is not included in the adjustments. Another adjustment that they had to make is the improved early game damage for marksmen. Now that they are slower, the developers had to increase their attack stats in the early game. But in return, their HP had to be lowered to maintain balance. The following heroes are Tint, Leslie, Hanabi, Blood, Opal and Koopa, Beatrix, Ixia, Melissa, Nathan, Granger, Irrital, and 1-1. So on this update, marksmen are slower with less HP, but in return, damage is higher in the early game. Next is the nerf on Guinevere. The developer said her second skill is too powerful against back row heroes, so they had to nerf its range. Here's a side-by-side comparison of its range on advanced and official server. Next is the nerf on Aurora. At max level, her first skill is too easy to spam, that's why the developers are adding more cooldown. From 6 to 4 seconds, its cooldown is now at 5.5 seconds on all levels. Next is the buff on Hayabusa. Compared to other junglers, Hayabusa is weak in the early game. To balance, they will increase his first skill-based damage by 30 points. Next is the buff on Silvanna. Her first skill is Revamped. They remove the second phase, and she can now dash while stunning multiple enemies within its range. And the cooldown is reduced to 7 seconds at all levels. Meanwhile, her second skill will now give higher shield, and its cooldown is shorter by 2 seconds. Next is the adjustment on Layla. They lowered her passive skill from 130 to 115% max damage increase. In exchange, her physical attack stats will increase by 40 points at max level, and her HP is decreased in the early game, just like the other marksmen. I think they're just trying to balance her now that she can easily move while attacking. Damage got nerfed, but remember, her range is quite long, making it easy to kite enemies while moving. Next is the buff on Miya. Her second skill now has a higher damage, and it has a shorter delay time. And similar to other marksman treatment, her early game damage is increased while her HP is lowered. Next is the nerf on Karrie, Bruno, and Brody. These 3 marksmen will have a lower HP in the early game, but unlike the other marksman adjustment, their attack stats will remain the same. Next is the Revamped Helcurt. They are lowering his healing passive by removing 20 points. First skill damage is doubled, but the healing reduction when in stealth mode is slightly slower. And the skill can no longer terrify jungle creeps. His second now has higher damage, but the automatic gathering of stingers will be a bit slower. That means he's a bit slower to recover his skills when in stealth mode, but the damage is now better. For me, he still looks powerful even with his nerfs. Next is the new hero, Chip. Bigger range for his enhanced basic attacks. And they increase the distance before an ally can gain a portal from his ultimate. They need to be this far for Chip's ally to get a portal. And his special skill can't be used while in combat. As you can see, it's blocked. You have to wait a few seconds before you can use it. Last one is the new game mode called Brawling Beats. It's a 3 vs 3 game and the goal is to collect hearts on the battlefield. Once you have enough, a victory countdown will trigger. Hold on to it and you'll win the game. You lose hearts if you are killed. Maximum level is 4, while gold is only 2,500. That means once you've bought your starting items, that's it. The only thing you'll have to focus is to collect hearts. And you can regenerate if you're out of combat, just like this. A game usually lasts for 3 minutes, which is perfect for short breaks. It's a casual game with no worries about win rate, losing stars, or toxic teammates. There's also this beat button that's supposed to give you a buff every minute, but I don't know how it works. So what can you say about the attack speed adjustment? Do you agree with the changes on Marksman? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.